It says live. Come on in, folks. We see you out there. Hope you're out there.
Hopefully there's not a delay.
Somebody's live.
No. You sound really good. All of a sudden, all the audio cleared up real nice, too, as soon as I hit that live button. So, there we go.
That's only because Glenn's not here. He had a birthday yesterday and has the flu, apparently. So,
we hope he's getting better. We hope he had a great
happy birthday, Glenn, or belated birthday to Glenn Fleming.
Happy birthday, Glenn.
Happy birthday to Glenn.
Don't expect us
and
to sing
many more.
and many more.
I love our conversations behind the scenes. You know, we talk tea because Russ is British, of course, and we talk comics always, right? And Social Security because we're older. Old man speak. The only thing we didn't talk about was the weather.
Old Coots talking comics here. Here we are. Cooks. It's snowing here. Got a blanket of snow on the ground. Yeah,
it's cold enough for snow flurries here. Yeah.
Cold, just barely cold enough down there for snow.
Hey, Lev. He says, "Good morning, gents, and happy birthday, Glenn. Get better."
Good morning. Running the opening as soon as I find it. This is it. Here we go.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
Come on in, everybody. It's Comics by Night. Got a great book to show off this morning. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics. Been doing comics since the mid-'80s, living here in the middle of Michigan. Not quite the middle of Michigan, just a little on the east side of the middle of Michigan. My current gig is the Atlantean, which I am writing, and Russ Leach is drawing. It's a lot of fun. Great sword and sorcery stories of Cull and Brule as they travel the land, seeking to rid their world of shape-shifting lizard people. Lizard people. As
John Beatty in the house. I've actually been on a deep dive of Toth and his work for about a month. What a great storyteller and creative.
John, happy to have you on board here.
Is that the famous inker?
I'm not
artist?
Sure. If it is, he's welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Levi Krause is in the house as well. As soon as I get my comments back here. Levi's in the house.
Levi says he had a black eye from shoveling snow.
Happy birthday, Glenn. Get better. Yeah, we hope Glenn's feeling better. I have a black eye from shoveling snow. LOL, don't ask. Levi's not that far away from
John. Loved your work over Mike Zeck, for Captain America in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What someone put on the
John
chat.
Says, yep, that's me. Happy to have you aboard, friend.
Absolutely.
Glad you found us. We just look at old comics here.
Of stardom.
Yeah. It's 35 here in Daytona Beach.
Wow. Yeah.
For us, that's almost short weather. Up here, you see a lot of idiots running around in short sleeves and shorts this time of year. You just shake your head. Thanks, guys. Hey, John. In the house, happy to see you here.
Hey,
Marvy says, see you later. Have a great weekend, Marvy, at work in Portugal. Good luck, Marvy. Rex, my man. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Portugal, so it's probably pretty warm for him.
Yeah. Next to the coast, too. It's got to be beautiful.
I don't know if I showed these cards off before, but, campaign over on Fund My Comic. Devil Flyer, my comic that I'm doing. Got the charter member cards, sort of like the fan club cards. Printed up. I don't know.
I got to give you that solo layout here. There you go.
Okay. Every backer can put their name on the back. And that entitles you to perks from now on through the mail. And so I got 200 of these printed up. Not their original sketch cards. So you get original artwork. This is a new one I did. And
Rex, since I got you
my-
on the screen, you might as well introduce yourself.
I'm
You're
Rex
showing-
Christian. And it's good to see John in here. I've never seen John anywhere
No.
on
Always good
YouTube.
to have new people.
I've got a campaign up on doing comics. So up on Fund My Comic right now. It's been up on Fund My Comic. We're starting to fulfill and get stuff printed up. And my latest card right here, Devil Flyer, which it's not a solo story. It's like a launch of my Momentum Comics universe. Signed and numbered, everyone. Actually, this is the missigned one, number 6. I distracted him. Imagine that. And he missigned it. And you have a chance to get 100 of 100 in gold, which is, I'd suggested maybe he signed them in gold, and he did the one card. So, yeah, I'm on YouTube daily under Devil Flyer. Get me in front of the screen here. I'm like, but
you've been podcasting for years, Rex. You
in December 27th was 4 years. I did a daily show called the 4 O'Clock Shadow, where we talk about, I started showing collectibles like I have the color guide to Avengers number 4 in my collection and other stuff. Jack Adler from DC Comics, Adler collection. I'll be doing a video on that here pretty soon again, covering some of those. Just different things, talk pop culture, everything on daily. John says, have you found a good paper for your own art cards, Rex? Yeah, I've used them before on the promo cards that I had made up on my ash can that I did, my Devil Flyer ash can that I did a couple of years ago. So yeah, there's a good stock. I couldn't tell you exactly what we're using, but the sketch cards are wonderful to work on. Been using alcohol markers for the most part on those, and not much bleed through, but it depends on the color. Like this strong magenta is going to bleed through quite a bit, kind of like it does on old comics. It seems to be a thing.
All right.
But I didn't discover Alex Toth till Red Circle Comics. I'm a Johnny Come Lately around the early 80s, around the time John was doing Captain America.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you my first Alex Toth work.
I hope I said his last name right.
Probably watching him, Toth. Probably watching his work on Hanna-Barbera Saturday morning shows, because I was a big Space Ghost.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was my first. Yeah. And did you know that Gray Morrow was sort of like the Alex Toth of Spider-Man 1967? It ran from 67 to 71. Yeah. I mean, who could beat the golden age? I call the golden age of animation with Johnny Quest, Herculoids, all these other great ones. It was just a good time. Space Ghost.
It's fantastic.
I'm told that Alex Toth didn't like his design on Space
No,
Ghost.
hated him.
I love it.
Hated it.
Yeah,
he always hated it. His work, always considered it grunt work, from what I understand, until towards the end of his life. And then realized that it had generated such a huge fan base that he couldn't deny maybe there was some quality to it after all. So John says, asked if you had good paper. Said you found a good paper for your own, Rex. John says, yeah. Reds seem to do that. Yeah. And also says, the crushed gardenia original art is on Heritage. Great big scans for the whole story. Grab them. Yeah. Good luck. Been watching a few Sotheby's auctions lately and just jaw hitting the floor. Great, unbelievable prices. Yeah. I think there's a cream for Herculoids now. Yeah, thanks, Levi.
With like Vincent Van Gogh's work, 15 million would have been a high at one time. But now look at it. I mean, 45 million or maybe even higher, 100 million. It's, so if you've got an extra 15 million, what blew me away about that was it was an 8.5, which is still a great grade, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but it sold for more than a 9.0 did, with the provenance of, being owned by a celebrity and then stolen. And I did hear the argument, like the kind of the Mona Lisa. And that's true. Historically, it wasn't considered the masterpiece. Of course, there were different versions, but it wasn't considered the masterpiece till it was stolen and then recovered. And then everybody kind of paid more attention at that point, that this became his sort of seminal piece.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
Before we go any farther, Russ, we're joined by Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Hi there, my name's Russ Leach. I'm a comic book artist from the UK, currently working on the Atlantean. Been around a bit, done a few things, seen a few books. But now the most important book is the Atlantean for me. You can go find out more about that at russleach.com. You can sign up for the email list there so you know when the books are released, what's available and where to get them. So sign up for that email list. I've got a couple of pages from the pencils just as a preview. So that's what's going on. We've got some stuff happening. It's in the court of Cull. Yeah, just a few bits and pieces for you to look
Randy might have already seen these, so I'll do the ooh and ahs.
Yeah, Randy's already seen these. These are, yeah. There's more recent pages. So there you go. So if you like that kind of stuff, if you like sword and sorcery, if you like Robert E. Howard, because Randy's writing as close as he can to what we think Robert E. Howard would have wanted with the character. There's no usurpation of canon. Okay, this is in a period where it hasn't been written about, so we're adding to the story, hopefully. But we're enjoying ourselves, and the people that are reading it are enjoying it. So check it out. Go to russleach.com and sign up for the email list.
Yeah, please do. russleach.com, folks. What is that? What is that?
This is one of the preliminaries for his. Yeah.
You're going to have to hold that closer to the camera for a second, Rex, there. Look at that.
There you go.
There you are.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This is the way he would do it. And then he would put it on, John Buscema would put it on Lightbox. You know, these
Lightbox,
were like preliminaries. Yeah. For Savage Sword of Conan. And we'll be doing a book on Savage Sword of Conan and Russ Leach. He'll be putting it all together for me. I've been getting him the files ready. And he's about to pull his hair out because he's wanted to do it for 3 years. And actually probably should have done that book and went for the money grab before Devil Flyer. But, you know, my heart is to launch my comic universe. So, you know, we'll do it. The next
That's what you got to do it.
Yeah.
John says Toth's oldest daughter, Dana Toth Palmer, has a book out. My Father, My Faith. Just got it, but also got the audio version because she reads it. Very emotional. Interesting to hear her on Dad. Yeah, I bet. Very, very good. Squirrel's World. Squirrel is in the house. Squirrel. Hi, Squirrel. Glad to have you here, man.
I think they might have been streaming earlier.
Yeah. Alex Toth. That's the name of the book. Or Toth Alex.
Yeah. And you said this came out in 94?
94. Michael Awad. Awad? Manuel Awad edited this. Here's the back cover. It's really a retrospective of his career. A lot of fun. It was one of the few Toth books that we haven't looked at yet. That's in my collection. I'm sure there's a number of them I don't have. But I've had this one sitting on a shelf for a while.
Look at that.
Limited to 500. This is number 158 out of 500.
Wow.
I
haven't seen it.
That is not a real signature. I figured that is printed, but the Michael Aod, or the, not Michael, I keep wanting to call him Michael. Sorry, Manuel Aod signature is real. Bravo.
Well, you know, with the movie serials and sort of the Flyboys and stuff like that, that's very there were a lot of characters with little Errol Flynn mustaches and stuff,
Very
but that
much
looks
so, yeah.
very Tony Stark.
Yeah.
In the back cover there.
It kind of looks like Errol Flynn to me. But
Yeah.
I'm sure Tony Stark
definitely
was
Errol
patterned after
Flynn.
Errol Flynn to start with. So
Looks a bit
the art,
Robin Hood.
yeah.
the archetype. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a little quickie.
Yeah. Limited to 500. Wow. And do you remember how you picked this book up?
No idea. Don't
With his
remember it all.
hands.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of Zorro, who's now public domain, right?
Swish,
It's
swish.
got a little. Some of the earlier stories I think have been public domain for a little bit. Let me check the camera here. Need to check the audio too. I'm on high def. We looking good, Russ?
It's been
good over
looking
there?
pretty good. Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
Morning, JD.
JD.
JD in the house.
JD Kirby, Dark Overlord. What a
Happy
name.
Friday. Wow. That's some amazing artwork. Yes, it is. That's why we're looking at it. That's why we love looking at this stuff. Morning, Rex.
I think he
Morning,
meant my
everyone.
Buscema piece, but whatever.
JD Kirby, Dark Overlord. Yes.
The unseen artwork of John Buscema coming your way sometime soon.
Pencil work. Forward by the great Milt Kniff.
Oh.
Milton
These are
Kniff.
Toth pieces, though, we're seeing, aren't they?
Oh,
or
yeah.
are they Kniffs?
Oh, no. This
Okay.
is all a celebration of his art. There's essays in here by big artists, but it's all Alex's art here. So even though this really looks a lot like Jacob.
Yeah,
me,
it doesn't really smack of his regular look,
No, there are a lot of great experimental pieces in here too. So just so
that's why I asked. It didn't look like his typical stuff,
It's a lot of side, quickie illustrations that he put in his letters, and just a wide collection of stuff. This is
I did not realize that Alex Toth worked
Say
for
by
Hanna-Barbera so long. I mean, at least 20 years or over that, right? Does anybody know how long he worked for Hanna-Barbera?
My impression of Alex and his career is he worked for Hanna-Barbera off and on for 20 years. There were times that he, some of the notes that I've read of the work that he's done during that time, I think he stormed out of the office a couple times. And, but he was such a phenomenal designer, and he really,
every time we get Toth work on screen, it's a lesson.
Yeah, it is.
Just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And just released at your local comic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Truly, it's an example of what we were talking about, Glenn and I, about it being impressionism. He creates these worlds, and you look at it closely, and it's pen strokes, and it all looks a bit loose. And then you look at the whole thing, and it's just fabulous. It's jaw-dropping stuff.
Yeah, some paintings you look at close up, and it doesn't make, you have to back up and then see the whole thing, and it all kind of comes together visually. Forgot what I was going to say.
Something about a comic. You're something in the comic book shop?
Local comic book shop. Just the other day from Dynamite, they released Thundar the Barbarian, and Toth started the early designs and with Thundar, but didn't continue with it. And then Jack Kirby got the sort of character design, which changed the whole project eventually. But he designed Thundar and Ariel and Ukula the Mock. But does anybody know why? And I'm asking, I don't know why he had to quit that project, or and Jack Kirby kind of took over.
No idea.
I guess maybe Thundar's first venture into comics. I've not seen him into comics before.
Well, yeah, I mean they're doing Herculoids as well, aren't they? That's been released.
I think that was canceled.
Yeah, but it's like I'm saying, it's been renewed. It's like the new look Herculoids and Thundar, and I won't be picking them up.
No.
Besides, well, I picked up every one of them except issue 1. I kind of got on there a little bit late, and of course, there's been different runs on Space Ghost.
So look at that.
And
I'm sorry, the body language not on the next page, Randy.
Yeah, I was just looking.
These almost look like wood prints. You know?
On the right hand side there, the way that woman in the stripes, the girl with the glasses, all the way down. Look at the body positions.
Yeah,
it's so damn natural.
Yeah.
And that's why. So look at the lines. It's all. There's no sketching to it. There's no real anything. It's just lines, but it's just perfect. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the type on the books.
Yeah.
And the folds, of course, and the material. Ooh, look at that train shot. Wow. Love that.
Yeah.
Not also
very simplified.
Yeah, completely unafraid to put in blocks of black as well. Look at the girl's face down the right hand side there to create the light in the room.
Yeah. Or that fence cutting across.
Negative
wonderful.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Little silhouette.
Wonderful textures too, with the grass and
Yeah.
Just wonderful. Silhouetted stuff.
This is from a story called Unconquered. I am not sure where it was from. It has been a while since I've read this book. Booklet illustration in 1951, during the time of the Cold War, was heating up. For a mite, I'd returned from the coast to do the work, and lots of ads and comics via an agency whose name I've long forgotten. It was an unusual project for me, and one of some gravity. Having relatives in Russian-occupied Hungary, it hit close to home, and that affected my treatment, of course. Another such expose book was planned on the Caton Forest massacre, until politics changed these plans and the project was crossed out.
Before you turn the page there, whoops, too late. I was going to ask Russ if he thought like that wall texture. You think that's dry brush or?
I can't really see on the camera. It looks stippled.
What that looks like to me is a rub-on Letraset sheet.
Yeah.
That he went through it, that has this texture in it that he went through and rubbed in on this space, because back during my day, the Letraset sheets really came in handy.
Do they make that anymore?
They probably do, but it's like next to impossible, and nobody uses it. Everybody just has 2 clicks on Photoshop, and they can get pretty close to the same effect.
Yeah,
so it's not like the old days. Glenn and I
artists would go back
especially
to
Glenn,
Zip-It-Tone and some of these old techniques. It would really stand out from what's being produced today.
Yeah, probably. They have patches now for Photoshop and Publisher that gives it the old time comic book look, where you can actually have misprinted, do comics with dot matrix printing and have misprinted pages and the like. So
yeah, I'm not keen on that.
Yeah, not either.
But there's also loads of brushes you can get for all manner of programs.
Yeah.
I don't see I don't see the skill in it.
Same thing here. This looks like a little bit of stipple work added with it. Yeah.
That's not putting down people who draw digitally. I'm not saying that they aren't skilled, because I've done loads of digital stuff and I penciled digitally, but just after using inks manually. You know, after all my work now is traditionally inked. It's like I'd want to try and get those effects with a brush rather than try and do a broad brush of a digital effect.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what effect you're trying to get. So, but I mean, seeing it like this, where you know that every line has been laid with a brush or a pen or whatever he's doing, is just amazing.
Yeah. Was that Comic Rex, and then
I haven't picked it up yet.
JD
It just
says-
released, I think, the 12th, so I haven't picked up the Thundar comic, but I would like to get it. Might be his first appearance in comics. I can't remember anything else that Thundar might have been in.
No, I can't either. There were a couple
It's nice
announcements, but I don't think anything ever came out.
I think it came out January 12th, or was slated to, so it might be in the local comic book shops right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's nice to see some of these old properties from the cartoons, because really that was my first superheroes. Before I even started reading and it was still in diapers, I was watching Johnny Quest and all those other great Alex Toth designs, even though Johnny Quest wasn't his
Tuesday
design.
nights, ABC primetime, right at 8:00.
Mhm.
Johnny Quest. One of the last primetime shows that Hanna-Barbera did.
Arguably, done traditionally, maybe the best ever. Even though you look at it today and it's crude, it's just
It's not as
amazing
crude.
cartoon.
It's not as crude as you're thinking. You need to go back and look, especially that first season. That first season, it's still
I
a
know.
touchstone in animation quality. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think they spent an unprecedented $100,000 an episode for that.
Yeah, that's why they stopped doing it, because they weren't
Yeah.
making the kind of money they were making doing Saturday morning
expensive.
cartoons and getting paid
Yeah.
the same amount. So
But
they
you
were
know,
like,
that cartoon influenced, I think that's why we got other adventure type stuff like Herculoids and
well, I really think it went through and influenced all of animation in general. I don't think you had
absolutely. Yeah.
even around the world, because it was such a great cartoon.
Well, whether it was Johnny Quest or it was Hawaii Five-0 or it was Mission Impossible or Get Smart, everything back then had a great opening music score that you remember today.
Yeah. Johnny Quest especially, because the composer was told that he was going too easy on the orchestra. So he kind of cracked his knuckles and says, "Oh yeah, you want to play something fun? Here we go."
Well,
And
for
did the Johnny
Herculoids,
Quest
they actually
song.
reused some Johnny Quest
Oh,
music.
yeah.
So if you like the Johnny Quest music, they reuse it in Herculoids.
Well, a lot of those old superhero cartoons use clips from audio clips from that, because it was such great work. Yes, JD says. This is what great cartoons came out of that camp in the 60s. Oh yeah, absolutely. We went through,
Yeah,
we spent like 3 episodes going through is it Darren McNeil's Alex Toth and Design book, and looking at all of those great character sheets that he had done. I'm sure there's some in here. It's really tight, detailed illustrations here for Toth.
Yeah, it's pretty dense work.
I don't know that detailed. I think he's just used a lot of black.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of his other work, I think he's really letting loose the detail here. Look at that.
Yeah, it was the Red Circle stuff where he was doing the Fox and other things like that was my first exposure to him. How about you guys? What was your first exposure to Toth? Besides the cartoons, of course.
I think seeing his work on a Justice Society story that they reprinted in one of the DC Super Spectaculars, the Justice Society versus the Injustice Society. I think he did a chapter in that, the Atom, if I'm not mistaken, and it really caught my eye.
Yeah.
At
How
that,
about you,
at that
Russ?
point, very stylized.
I probably bumped into him long before I knew who he was.
Yeah.
Didn't he do a spot on Conan? Didn't he
Do
do
what?
a
He may
fill-in?
have.
Didn't he do a backup story in Conan? I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably the first time I recognised him. But obviously, you know, I'd been seeing him on cartoons for yonks. So
Yeah.
You know, you got to wonder if in his childhood, maybe early on, he watched those movie serials
Oh, I'm
like
sure he did.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
we're
Black
all
Hawk.
inspired by we're all
Positive.
inspired by the generation before us, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just watched some movie serials like the old Black Hawk with Kirk Allen, who also played Superman.
Alan got around a lot in those serials. He was used a lot. He was pretty much
and
like
and
him and Buster Crabbe were like the two big.
also Clayton Moore. He was in them before he
In
did
a few,
Lone
yeah.
Ranger.
Yep.
He would play like heavy thugs, you know,
Mhm.
like gangsters. It's kind of fun to see them in rows like that.
Oh. Deceptively simple, yet it looks really detailed. See a little bit of, maybe a little bit of Jim Aparo in there, and then that look that to me, just on that panel, kind of reminds me of that work.
Well, you know, with Jim Aparo, he normally inked his own work. It was very
Did it
rare
all.
that he didn't ink his own work. I think that
Yeah.
makes a difference.
It does. Another greatly underrated artist from that time.
Yeah. Look at that third panel on the right, just like the wooden post there with the lines on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Against a black background, yet everything's there where you can see it sharply. The different texture in the wood and the awnings, the sort of paper awnings or whatever, cloth awnings.
Yeah.
Or they look at either that or metal. I guess it could be corrugated metal. Good stuff, man.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I'm sure that's why it's in this book.
I love that flyboy type stuff, you know, the biplanes and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one character looks like Walter Cronkite, the most
Yes.
trusted man in America, a little bit.
Mm.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
CIA
Especially in
asset.
that bottom. Mm-hmm.
We're all CIA assets. Anyway.
Oh, barnstorming days.
Yeah, literally. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, right off of the old films. Look at that negative space.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. With the collapsing. Yeah.
And then,
That's wild. Yeah. It's early aviation's a trip.
it definitely paved the way for a lot of the cartoons in the 70s and 80s. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It still should be a touchstone for animation. Bone in the House, Morning Rex. John says, believe or hearing he was based on Walter. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can see Walter Cronkite there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like those old great aviator film clips.
Of course, he did newspaper strip runs as well, right? Toth did.
I'm not remembering any solid run that he did. He might have ghosted quite a few people, but I don't remember any strip work that he did. John might know.
Well,
John,
that was
feel free
kind of
to-
the goal for a lot of artists, right?
Oh,
That's
that
where
was
money
that was the gold standard at that point. Yeah, was having a comic strip.
Mm-hmm.
Be the next Milt Caniff or Alex Raymond. Absolutely.
Yeah.
John says no newspaper runs.
No newspaper runs. Okay, I'm kind of surprised by that. Of course, I'm younger than you guys.
I don't,
Well,
I honestly don't know why he never did any comic strip work, unless the editors at the time didn't take to his style, or he didn't take to the editors. One or the
What?
other. Yeah,
Perish the thought, Randy.
yeah, yeah. Strips were king. Paid very well back in the day. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, I know Jack Kirby did some with Wally Wood, and I just wondered if Toth got, that type of gig. I guess he went back
Kirby bumped
into
in.
like the more animated,
Yeah.
field.
Well, with Toth and his speed, he was really advantageous in animation design and layout, especially with the breakneck speed that Hanna-Barbera was working at, doing so many episodes so fast, and the design work.
I imagine with that sort of Auschwitz type stuff, he probably took a little bit more time with that
Yeah,
and care.
yeah, that's what he was saying.
With just the subject matter and then the research that was probably involved in that.
Yeah, illustration. It looks like it was in half pages. Yeah, it does. Looks like it was in.
Old CBS ad there.
This was 2 pages, just stacked one on top of the other.
CBS.
Just that made me think of that, just like the Mobius material we were looking at a few months back.
So who would you say was probably his, besides Milton Caniff, of course, which influenced a lot of artists? Who do you think would influence Toth?
I think the big artists at the time, Raymond, and see a little bit of that in there. Hal Foster was probably, all of the early strip artists. The artists he read when he was a kid would really stand out.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. You mentioned Buster Crabbe, and I just watched a documentary on 20 Weird Facts on YouTube of Flash Gordon. And they tried to license Buck Rogers, which came out first, and Flash Gordon at that time was lesser known than Buck Rogers. And then hey, Omen.
Morning, everybody, Omen.
So they kind of picked up Flash, and Flash kind of out eclipsed. Really, that was started the first licensing type deals. It was a smash hit. In fact, they went from a 10 episode serial to a 13. They kind of padded it out because it was so successful at the theater.
Well, the thing that made Flash Gordon was Raymond. It's not, if you sit and read the Gordon stories, they're pretty disjointed and kind of clumped together, but the artwork is impeccable. You can't get past that beautiful ink work that Raymond, brushwork that Raymond did, just phenomenal.
I know DC took over from Quality Comics Blackhawk, but in the Blackhawk serial that came out with Kirk Allen, it says from the comic magazine with art by Reed Crandall.
Yeah.
So very early stuff before DC actually picked it up.
Yeah, Crandall did a lot of the Blackhawk material. Really nice, beautiful work.
What was some other things he did? Did he do?
They don't reprint. They don't reprint very much of that stuff because of the Asian chop in it. So
yeah.
It's really difficult to find any reprints of that. Archives made
kind of like the Spirit, some of the early Spirit stuff. Yeah.
Well, Ebony in the Spirit wasn't nearly as stereotyped as Chop was.
Chop, yeah.
It's Baker running around with an axe and yellow face and buck teeth, and very much a Asian stereotype here. This is how Alex would write his letters, all by hand.
Yeah, Alex has the distinction of being kind of like Gil Kane. Did a lot of the stuff with Flair pen. His inking.
Yeah, that really came through on Kane's work later. Yeah, go ahead.
Over time, I think some of that doesn't, it kind of fades and it doesn't register as a true black.
Yeah, but back then, especially with the animation work he was doing, he was working for speed and not quality. He freely admits that's why he had such a low opinion of his stuff. Is that he was doing it all in a hurry. One of the notes in the InDesign book, all of the secondary in the international team of Super Friends was he went home on a Friday and came back Monday with the story or the character sheets for Black Lightning and or Black Vulcan, Black Vulcan and Rima and a bunch of other characters.
Have you guys heard of Noel Sickles, who was an influence on Toth?
Noel Sickles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Buzz Sawyer. Comic
Buzz
strip.
Sawyer. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He kind of made Black Canary his own in the Golden Age, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's a great pair of hips.
Yeah.
Birthing hips. Where are her organs?
Black Hawk 108 through 111 are in the recent DC Finest War collection and a bunch of other cool war stuff. Oh, yeah. Those DC Finest collections are just amazing. That for the Legion book that they did that's out there and available, it's all got all of the Cockrum material in it, but you have to go through some pretty rough Jack Abel, I want to say Mortimer material in order to get to it. But it's got all of the Cockrum material in it. It's just beautiful.
I know Alex Toth did one of those big treasure editions, one of the Super Friends. He did the interior artwork and cover too.
That's got the 3 or 4 pages on animation in it that he did. That's really sought after. As if you're at a convention and you wonder why that Super Friends book is worth a little bit more than the other treasuries, that's it. Those animation pages are really sought after. They reprinted those, I think, in the InDesign book. Let's stare at that Black Canary for a while. This is all stipple work here. Looks like it was all put in by hand.
Yeah, I have a copy of it. The reason I did is I had some production artwork from Brazil that was done in Portuguese, and it was from that treasure edition. I was trying to hunt it down where it came from, and fortunately, found it in that big treasure edition.
Apparently, he did a little bit of strip work here. Steve Bentley, Secret Agent. Strip I've never heard of. And it's been a long time since I've looked through this book.
James Bond, Man from Uncle, Our Man Flint. I mean, spy stuff was big, right?
Huge, yeah.
Wild West.
Yeah. There's your little bit of Fox material.
Bond, James Bond. Yeah, the Fox kind of looking with that fedora a little bit, almost like Sandman, or even The Question with the fedora.
That looks like a pork pie hat, not fedora.
Okay.
I think he's going to start getting into some ska music. That's really nice. That top one, where he's literally just lit his shoulder and his arm and his face. Yeah, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I just discovered the sort of gas mask look for the Fox recently. I didn't, because when he did the Fox in the early 80s, he totally looked like Black Panther or maybe Wildcat.
Well, he went through and redesigned the costume, made it solid. The little eye holes that might be in here.
Oh, Hot Wheels. Wow. Little Hot Wheels ad.
The advertising. Yeah. Sweet.
That is so damn slick.
Yeah. We looked through his On the Road book where all of the old cartoon and drag tune strips that he did that were really crazy inventive. We looked at that about 1.5 years or so ago. The animation pages are in the recent DC Finest Super Friends collection as well. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. Excellent. Teaching kids all about how they used to animate stuff. There's
Yeah,
some.
it's sad that we don't have that traditional discipline anymore.
Oh,
We don't have anybody passing down skills in the way that we used to. It's all learned from YouTube or, you know, digitally or whatever. It's like I'd have killed to be able to work in a studio when I was younger with any of these people to try and learn what, you know, anything
we
from
all
them.
stand on the shoulders of giants, don't we?
That we do. That we do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we need
But
to pass
unfortunately,
the
it's
torch.
difficult to pass that down because
Yeah.
you're not working as a studio.
Mhm.
I could even at the most money I was earning, I could never have afforded to have somebody come in. Do you know what I mean? And work with me. Even if somebody would have, I'm not suggesting that I'm worth it, but
Yeah.
just that concept of, you know, having a gig, being involved in the industry, doing the work, and then being able to have somebody come in and learn, you know, in the same way that you're learning, just a little bit further down the ladder. And it's just not happening. It just isn't happening. But
Well,
then
it was in the early 90s a little bit.
So
It was in the early 90s a little bit where you had these, you know, you had Valiant and it was all kind of like in-house or cross-gen, you know, with Andy Smith and Bart Sears and others together. So there was some in-house stuff in the early 90s with these
but it's not. It's not around anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
long gone.
Also, I suffered from being in the UK as well. We just didn't have that same kind of structure.
Didn't you do Batman? Spider-Man?
Yeah, I did Batman.
UK Batman.
You did Batman.
Europe Batman.
Europe Batman. Yes.
Europe Batman. Yeah.
We're all a Batman. Anyway.
Well, I know Glenn. He did Europe Spider-Man, right?
I think he did an advertising piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just remember,
you never got to do the web
Postal
slinger, did you, Russ?
Sorry.
You never got to do the web slinger, did you?
I drew Spider-Man for Marvel. How to draw the Marvel way.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I didn't get to draw him editorially, although I was on a combined. I worked with an agency and Marvel on a potential sort of make your own story strip that had Spider-Man in it, but that never went any more than concept stage. But I did, I sort of got to draw him in an editorial way there. I didn't make it to mainstream American comics, unfortunately. It just never happened. But I got to work on plenty of IP just in Europe.
Did you like to draw that Ditko webbing, or was it a headache?
I drew my own webbing.
You did. I think Jack Kirby did too.
Yeah. I believe these are pitch illustrations for possible an animated show or a TV series.
That's that one on the top right, where they're looking down. The two, on the top right.
Oh, here,
yeah. That's just stunning. I just love that,
isn't it?
Yeah, he was always pitching different cartoon animated features and designing characters and stuff. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that never made it to screen, just past the development stage.
Here's a little bit of the Car Magazine comics we spoke of earlier. Just super inventive stuff.
Superb.
Looping out.
Talk about obscure. I mean, I wonder if cars will ever come back in vogue again like they were in comics. I don't know that they were that hot in comics, but they were definitely in the early 70s, 60s, hotter than they are now. Of course, cars used to have styles, Yeah,
that's true too. There was a whole slew, a whole period there with black and white comic magazines. You couldn't really couldn't go wrong no matter what your subject matter was. That's when Kirby did Spirit World and the other book that he did. They were just trying out the market, throwing anything at the wall to see what would stick. Look at that illustration.
Hey, Phantom.
Fantastic. Phantom in the house. Good to see you here, friend. We've got a lot of viewers this morning. Our numbers are really big and very solid. Thanks, folks, for stopping by. Deeply appreciate you being here. Toth did artwork for Big Daddy Ed Roth. Yep. And those early 60s surfing hot rod car comics. Pete Miller's Drag Tunes is probably what he meant. Awesome stuff. It is awesome stuff. And your icon there is fantastic. The blot. That's great. Love that too.
John said, "Bravo for Adventure" by IDW Artist Editions available on Amazon. What a bargain! Toth Opus.
Oh, there you go. Yep. What a bargain. I think we looked at Bravo at a previous show.
Hey, Dave.
There was
Genuine Comics in the house.
Hi,
there was a
Dave.
while there when we were almost the Alex Toth channel for a month or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Look
you'll
through a
die
lot
on
of
that
his
hill. I mean, it's good stuff.
Oh yeah. Hello everyone. Dave in the house. Good to see you here, Dave. Rick Remender did an image book, Death or Glory, about cars, and Sean Gordon Murphy does amazing car stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sean
I loved
Gordon Murphy
Rick
does
Remender's
amazing stuff in general.
early 80s that he did with Mike Gustovich. I'm going to have Mike on here pretty soon because Mike's did a piece of artwork for me, and when I get it in the mail, I'll have him back on and talk about it. And,
I got my first publishing gig because I went to a Grand Rapids con that Mike was supposed to be at and never showed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that did happen back in the day, right? I remember when
Dennis Messinger out of Chicago was doing just
in Chicago that was supposed to have one of the creators of Superman show up, but he got sick and didn't show up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was in 85. Yeah. I don't know if John was there, but I got to meet Mike Zack at that time. He's kind of a short guy compared to me. And met you, Randy. Met you in the 85.
Did ya?
Yeah, you were up on
way back
panel.
when.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
talking
that's
indie
where I met
comics,
Mike
probably.
Barron and Steve Rude.
Oh, they're both from the Chicago area, capital city.
We talked about George Perez showing up in 86.
There you go. Yep, I remember that.
With one of those colorful Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah. Scared me to death. Jumped out of his chair. He was sitting next to Stan Lee. I was getting some stuff signed by Stan and was giving him copies of the latest Tales from the Universe. And George recognized it and jumped out of his chair to shake my hand. It just really threw me, gave me a big ego for the rest of the show. George Perez likes my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. High praise indeed, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, aren't you going to reprint that coming up or something again?
Oh, yeah.
Put it back?
Yep. Been spending all week touching up 40-year-old illustrations.
Wow. Yeah. The master edition, the director's cut.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, I bought some of your stuff back then. I loved it. I love the black and white glut of the 80s. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. Such a great
talk about independent
time.
Publishers coming out of the woodwork. The creator of Tales of the Bean World was there, and I loved getting to meet Larry. Absolutely.
Yeah, Larry.
And he
Larry
would later on go on to be an editor, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember. Did he edit? Was it Eclipse or what company did he edit for?
I think he did Eclipse and Image both. I know he was way
Eclipse
up there in Image there for a while. Yeah. Yep. I know.
Yeah, he had some very small
World started out.
Bean World art pieces. He had like 5 of them done on illustration board. I bought all 5.
There you go.
Nobody got a chance.
Cool. That's one giant skateboard.
It is, yeah. Russ, did you ever skateboard back in the day?
No,
It's a skateboard for
No?
the Jolly Green Giant.
I'm not.
Oh,
I wasn't. I wasn't a skateboarder. No.
Green Giant.
Yeah. Artists and illustrators.
Now, how do you think he did the gradiated shading on that? Do you think it was like the chemical, or you think it was on the Green Giant? How did he achieve that?
More than likely, yeah, that's duo shade board.
Mm.
Dual shade. Okay.
Because look at the stripes here; those are painted in.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they were able to screen them out and gray tone them down, which I don't think was possible.
Yeah, he
during
put
that.
that on.
I mean,
with
not
brush.
without a lot of difficulty. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
this is a sheet of duo shade board.
Mm.
Just went in and painted the gray tone in. It's a lighter shade and a darker shade. 2 chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And though I don't know, that seems to be a different shade than that. It might have been done differently.
Yeah.
I doubt that this is a zip screen that he laid in by hand, though. It had to have been painted in.
Yeah, with brushwork. What about the gray in the word bubbles?
That might be Zipatone.
That looks pretty uniform. Yeah.
Because it would be easy to lay down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where this stuff, especially this back, showing the rows here in the field,
Mm-hmm.
that's all brushed in. That's just
Yeah.
with a chemical. That's pretty obvious here
Yeah.
too.
What about
See
the
little spot.
What about the granulate, the stipple look in the foreground behind his feet?
Down there? I would, if that, that's probably a zip screen here. That looks like a zip screen pattern to me.
Mm-hmm.
Back here.
Wow. So you got
any tool available. Yeah. Any tool available. Noel Sickles, like John mentioned earlier, it's an influence. The very best.
He says, if memory serves me right, duo shade came in both lines and a texture style chemicals activated it.
Yep, it did. Very much so. And a texture, could get it in a bunch of different patterns at its heyday. Very much like Zipatone.
Skip wants to know if Russ can karate chop through a skateboard, though.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I reckon.
John says, I don't need color in comics. If it's like
Toth's.
In fact, I'd rather had the black and white.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
fan
we
of
have
black
that discussion here all the time, John. And
Yeah.
we agree with you 100%. Yep. There's a lot to be said for beautiful black and white illustrative work. Here's Milt Caniff. We are going to look at Milt Caniff on Sunday on our Sunday Funnies program. I have a book that has collected mail call work that he did for military back during World War II to keep the troops inspired.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about my chair there. I got an old metal chair.
JD
So we'll be
said
looking
they
at
were still using
mail
Toth's work for Adult Swim on Cartoon Network well after his passing in the early 2000s. That's iconic he was.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Glad to hear that Mike Zex retired to the Philippines. Wow.
Good for him.
Nice.
Yeah, good for him.
My memory serves me right. Duo shade came in both. Yep. All right. I see that. They were still... Sorry, I mean to keep up on the chat. Not with Zek, though. Mike's retired to the Philippines. Excellent. He said, been to Grand Rapids Con. Yeah, John. Been there, too. I love that show. Mark treats everybody really well. 50 years ago this year, I met Mike through a fan letter when I was 15. There you go.
Wow.
Yep. Since they were still using Toth's, yeah, Adult Swim, we already covered that. Yep. They also was Capital City in 2024. Okay. Yeah. This art is phenomenal. Yeah, that's why we love looking at it. It's a little sample of Caniff there. Roy Crane, Buzz Sawyer. That's who did Buzz Sawyer. Just fantastic work.
Good stuff. Yeah. And this type of stuff it has to be an influence, especially the Flyboy type stuff. Has
Yeah,
to be an
absolutely.
influence on like Dave Stevens that did the
Oh, yeah.
Rocketeer.
Mm-hmm. That whole era, really.
Mm-hmm. But it's a throwback,
Yeah.
Love the Rocketeer in the 80s, though. Still do. It's sad to see artists like him and Mike Turner and Steve Lytle pass away,
Yeah,
all these great artists.
Lytle, yeah, that's somebody I haven't thought about in a while.
Yeah, he was at the
Fantastic
convention
run on
there.
Legion. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Robbins. Great strip creator, became a big writer for DC there for a while. Went on to do.
It just blows me away, before San
stuff.
Diego Con became the largest, the Chicago Comic Con was the largest. And looking back on it, that was by today's standard, a very small convention. But it was more creator centric.
I love it. It was so much fun. That hotel with the Quest Lounge.
You can
so
meet
much
the
fun.
legends, get their autograph.
Yeah.
Sergio Aragonés was there.
Yeah.
Fastest artist I ever saw draw. My God, he's quick.
Aragonés story that we can tell off camera.
I bet. He's kind of like one of those Salvador Dali when it comes to his mustache and beard.
Yeah. Albert Dorn. It's a little chapter of influences. Now we're getting into some of the character sheets that we were talking about earlier.
Character sheets. I've got some of the character sheets, not originals, of course, but reproductions.
Yeah, this is we went through this book, didn't we? Where we had all of them. They were just amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal. Yep.
The creativity is just off the scale.
The design work is amazing. The simplicity of the work itself is just phenomenal.
Yeah. And
very
this
deceptive.
Is considered grunt work.
Yeah.
That he didn't fully appreciate till later.
And he was mad that most of the animators felt the same way. Didn't hardly follow a lot of that stuff.
Well, I mean, often when you're doing historical, meaningful stuff, really establishing a pop culture icons, you're in the moment and you're not fully appreciative of it. What you're doing.
True. Yep. John says, Lytle and I never met in person that I recall. However, we wrote each other in our fan days, and I inked a few stories for his fanzines. Cool, good stuff. Miss those days. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The old fanzine days were great. Albert Dorn is the best. I got the famous illustrators classes for Christmas last month. There you go. Yeah, Skip.
That's a good gift, Skip.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. It got the oil rig there, the hard hat, everything.
Guys, I just got this on eBay.
Do I need to blow you up?
Yeah, go on. No, I've just bought. It just turned up. I won it. I'd been looking at it for a little while.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
That's a good book. It's hardback as well. So
the definitive collection of artist work. I was reading the subcaption.
Oh, sorry. It's just his stuff in Erie. It's
okay. His Erie stuff.
Eerie and creepy, yeah.
Eerie and creepy, yeah.
Any Toth collection is a good book.
Yeah, exactly.
Just take our word for it. Just buy it and look through it and drool. Try to keep the drool off the pages.
Off the pages, yeah.
Yep. This is his sampling for sword fighting he did for the Three Musketeers cartoon for Hanna-Barbera.
Mm-hmm.
All of which he was disgusted with because it was completely ignored by the animators. I remember reading his notes on that in design.
Yeah, you do all this hard work lifting and it's ignored.
But he just wanted to bring a bit of quality and realism to the animation, and they didn't want to take the time to do it. So, showing the different swords, stances, parries, the different techniques. Here's some more great stuff.
Parry before you riposte.
Yeah.
I actually won a fencing competition in college.
Did you paint it afterwards?
White picket fence. Yeah. Rush, you're the best. Yeah, this looks like Scooby-Doo stuff.
Just jammed with stuff here. Yeah. Goober. Everything was coated. Look at that scarecrow. What's that for? Goober and the Ghost.
Goober and the Ghost. Yep. Sure, I've watched that.
Ghost something. Ghost Chasers. Goober and the Ghost Chasers.
Ghosts were big in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Had a lot of ghosts. Phantoms.
Look at that.
History Channel.
You know, it and the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Yeah. With the ape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bob Burns just passed away, by the way, age 90.
Really?
He had the largest sci-fi, movie and TV memorabilia collection in the world. He had the only King Kong armature that survives.
Okay.
So big stuff, big collection.
I thought
collecting stuff long. I mean, he and the editor of Famous Monsters, big collectors of that stuff.
Forrest J.
Before
Ackerman.
it was, Ackerman, long before it was, considered collectible.
That's like who was that? Not Debbie Reynolds. Leah. Carrie Fisher's mom.
Yeah,
Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, they passed away.
Wasn't it?
She would just her daughter.
She'd just collect. She'd keep costumes. She'd keep costumes off the sets and just warehouse them because she liked them.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up having a huge memorabilia collection.
That's called theft, unless it's in your contract.
It's called picking it out of the trash. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean,
that's pull that stuff out.
That's the way they used to do TV shows like Star Trek. They would go to the dumpsters and find stuff that was discarded and put it together and remake it on a budget.
It's just Christmas. Classes. Speaking of Albert Dorn classes, I have those too. A shame they don't reprint them. I think they could sell well, and it's a great series of illustrators and how they approach work. Yeah. I flipped through it. Can't wait. Start doing chapter by chapter. Absolutely. Yeah. They're going to love it. Skip. Yeah. Just simplicity. Just lines. Storyboard work here. It looks like a self-portrait almost. I bet he did quite a bit of storyboard work. I can see him doing that because he was so fast.
Mm-hmm. I love the quality of some. I'm not seeing it so much here, but like the almost look like grease pencil work.
Yeah, probably is.
I love the grease pencil look to some work, older work.
Yeah. Zorro.
And he ain't gay. Just saying. None of this gay blade stuff or anything.
Zorro. 92 PS. Enjoyed your very lively greeting card art. Has the spirit of the 20s.
Yeah, some of the
See-
independents like this. Yeah, that was done for Eclipse Comics, unused, I think. But Eclipse and other publishers in the 80s really brought some of these older, fly under the radar creators to a new generation like myself
Yeah.
I see so many
for the very first time.
comparisons to Buscema in Toth's work. Not in
Mhm.
the execution, but just in the flow. The way that he studies
Dynamics.
people, the dynamics, the way that he studies weight, and
Yeah.
and you know the way that they are animated is that's what made Buscema's work great, is that it almost felt animated. There was
And the
movement and
angles,
everything.
the
Yeah, the
point
angles
of
and the
view.
movement. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just superb. You can draw people at any angle, and that's what you need
Yeah.
to be able to do. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's what blew me away with the original pages that I have. It's
Yeah.
just the different angles
yeah,
and how he
and making it
tells.
convincing.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. From panel to panel, where it works
Yeah.
as a whole, it's amazing.
Clash with Diego. It's a little bit more strip work here.
Nice and simple. Look at that.
Yeah.
Simple can be deceiving, though, Russ. It ain't so simple.
Oh no, it's simple as in it's a very much economic
Yeah.
with the lines.
Oh, absolutely.
The building blocks underneath it are constantly there, whether it's
Mhm.
cartooning or whether it's
Yeah.
more serious strips like the one on the left, like the Zorro one. But it's just it's
cinematic.
just
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, I appreciate that word, but I think cinematic sometimes downplays
Yeah.
what you do in a comic strip,
Yeah.
because it's more than cinematic. It has to have bigger angles. It has to have bigger punch. It has to have bigger
Exaggeration.
because everyone's a still. And you're filling the magic of comic strip is that you're filling in the gaps
Right.
in between each one. That's
Cinematic.
why it's the best.
Cinematic and dramatic.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's the best
Yep.
storytelling medium. It's as simple as that.
Mhm.
But comics, I think, and cartooning especially, thrives on over exaggeration.
Yeah, yeah.
Being
Oh,
able
definitely.
to almost like the exaggerated gestures from a 20s silent movie, almost,
Yeah.
where you
Mhm.
have to really get your point across.
You have
as
to overdo
easy and
it.
quickly and
Yeah.
simply as possible, and still look natural and have your style. That's why these
That's hard.
workhorses like this are very underappreciated.
Well,
guys that have
that's kind of
their
what I
own
took away
individual
from
style.
Buscema's, how to draw the Marvel way, where he's like, this is a good pose, but it could be better.
Yeah.
Over the top, more dramatic, more power behind it.
A couple of casebook crime preventions, barracks theft. Get a little light screen here just to make the panel. Let's look at that lighting here. Just amazing. It's fun too. The Casebook, a new series of graphic editorials, addresses issues of importance to all members of the armed forces. This editorial and several forthcoming units in the series are rendered by Toth, one of America's top cartoonists whose work appears in various national publications and animated films. A service veteran with adds personal insight to his artistic ability in depicting military lifestyles and situations illustrated in this series. Again, the simplicity of a silhouette.
Yeah, you can't beat a good silhouette. Yeah. Johnny Thunder. Yeah, I did a few of those in the early
Johnny Thunder.
70s, 20 cent era.
Yeah.
So he's got these different approaches to his style.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of see there's like, you've got the really cartoony approach. You've got you've got that sort of somewhere in between, the more realistic one for his strips. And then look at that Johnny Thunder. That's got a little bit of Mobius about it. It's got a little bit of Europe about that. It's just, and he drew the Conan strip that I was saying to yesterday earlier. He drew that in a really kind of odd way as well.
Mm-hmm.
His lettering style really adds to his stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he could letter as well. Yeah. It doesn't make you feel inferior at all.
Well, it's great with sound effects. Sound effects are, part of it.
Yep. It's more of his illustrative work here.
Yeah, lovely.
Like we started with. Yeah. Look at that detail.
Okay, you're hired.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, again, he's saying, you can't afford me, mate.
Really?
Is it this arsenic and old lace, but it's hard to read. It blends in with that illustration so hard. The outline on the lettering is so thin.
Comics. That's old comedy with Cary Grant, Arsenic and Lace, among other things, plays.
Agatha Christie novel, if I remember right. Here's some Torpedo.
Love how he does odes,
1936.
and clothes and stuff.
So again, cracking economy of line there. He's not wasting anything.
Yeah. Not a thing.
Not a thing.
This is the artist that took over for him. We looked through the Torpedo material also. Quite a few, about a year, maybe 2 years back. Some of the early Torpedo stuff. He did the first couple of strips, and then this guy here took over. Is that Kubert? He's got a very Kubert look to his stuff.
Yeah, it does look it, doesn't it?
Oh, you know who he influenced? You can tell just by this stuff. Keith Giffen. I can see some Keith Giffen here.
Yep. Well, Keith was influenced by a lot of different people at different times.
Oh, yeah. I loved his Kirby phase in the Defenders.
Bennett.
John saying Geordie Bennett, yeah.
Yeah. There's his brother. Errol Flynn all around. 1984. It's fantastic. Look at that.
Earl Flynn, who's that?
Exactly. Boy, Bravo.
Oh, yeah. Jody's
Why not,
or Geordie. Yeah, Geordie's. I love his Western stuff.
Yeah.
You just don't get this hardly anymore, guys.
No.
Sorry.
No, but it's all available out there. You just got to look for it. Hit your conventions, visit your local comic shops, dig through those boxes.
You know what made Joe Kubert
on the floor
is they actually served in the military. I don't know that Toth actually did, but he definitely did some aviator type stuff.
Yeah, he served. I think I'm almost positive he did. Yeah, they mentioned his service in the book here earlier when he was doing that. Book for the military.
Yeah, he probably did some artistic PR stuff. I know several.
Thanks, he did a little bit of everything, anything that he could. It's your typical commercial artist of the day. He's like Jack Davis. He's everywhere. You know, I don't think Toth did any movie posters though. But
look at those big pockets. That's a safari like jacket, right?
Yeah.
Big pockets. A man's man.
Wow, did he draw that all 3 times?
So, I don't think he did.
No, I don't think he did. If you look at the as they go down, you can see that the R at the end of charter is starting to break up on the leg. I think that's probably where it's been photocopied or PMT'd or whatever.
Yeah, photostated probably because it's got the same block balloon.
Yeah, it's just filled it up with bigger.
Put different dialogue in it.
Or are they just oh no, are they just different languages?
So Wally Wood, are they? Oh yeah, yep, you're right.
They're different languages.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Although, but they have been obviously been reproduced differently because there are slight amends there.
That's probably showing the different translations. Here we thought this was a whole page of dialogue.
It's
the same panel showing you how they translate it.
Yeah. Although it has been reproduced differently because you can see there are degradations in different aspects of it.
If you look close enough.
You're in Randy's book, The Atlantean. That's going to be in different languages, right? Portuguese?
Already is.
Yeah, it's in Portuguese. Somebody's doing it in Russian. I think we've got a Danish one. Yeah.
Danish too, I believe.
Yeah, Danish.
You got to hit the Spanish because that's.
Well, we're waiting for that.
Yeah,
we're waiting for that.
In the world.
Spanish, Italian, and French are three.
Once
goals now.
Once we've finished volume 1, that'll be our book. That'll be our omnibus, and I'd quite like to see if anybody would like to take that on in different languages. So
yeah.
Well, Spanish is so big.
Yeah. Well, I've got someone who can translate Spanish, Dutch, what else? German, French. So worth giving it a go. That's gorgeous. Look at that.
So when did Bravo for Adventure when did this come out?
84 was when the artwork was dated. Earlier.
Okay. Wow.
Now for you, chum.
Yeah, I got one for you. Smack. I missed all this Bravo stuff.
Well, like John said, there's that artisan edition that's available for like $64 right now on Amazon. That's got to be 50% off. That's beautiful. I know that stuff's phenomenal.
I wonder who originally published this type of stuff.
The Golden Dragon.
Back
in the mid 80s, did a bunch of magazine size black and white publications, and I think that was where it was first printed. They did a lot of strip reprints, and they did Bravo.
I don't think I've ever seen anything from Golden Dragon, and that's unusual. That I missed.
Alley. They did a long run on Alley Oop. They did some Buzz Sawyer. They were tied into that. These are all reprints. Well, like you said, back in the 80s, they reintroduced a bunch of this stuff because the retailers were looking for things to sell that had quality to it.
And Blackthorn Publishing did a lot of that.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of like that. Only the Golden Dragon stuff, I think, was a little before that. It was magazine size, had a really nice cardboard cover. Most of the I remember seeing of their stuff was saddle stitched. And they were really the reproduction on them weren't 100%. I mean, this is great, but you're dealing with solid, mostly solids on this. Especially on Toth's work, but you get the alley oops and the Buzz Sawyer material. I think. What else did they do? I think they did some Prince Valiant. Anyway, the reprints looked like they were taken off of Xeroxes of photostats.
Wow.
On some of the strip stuff, but that's the Bravo that they printed was really aces, just really good.
It's really amazing how many things came out in the 80s, the big glut of stuff that was available with the retailer.
Dragon Lady Press, and he did a bunch of covers for him too.
Huh. I've never seen that publisher.
Beautiful wraparound of Johnny Hazard there. Another great strip that's very underrated. Frank Robbins at its height, both writing and artistic. Just great stuff.
Well, when you use, a felt tip pen to ink with, I actually had a friend at that time that was doing the same thing. It has and Gil Kane, especially when he inked his own stuff, more in the 80s than the 70s, although there are examples of that a lot in 70s. It has a chunkiness to it, like that line, those lines on the couch.
Well, what it was, and I think Gil Kane ended up using something other than a flare pen. He was using something harder with a larger alcohol content, because the black of the flare pen would hit that Bristol board and flare out on a lot of the rag content. As you were, that's why some of that line work looks a little fuzzy on that stuff, or a little, probably a little larger, wider than the artist originally intended, because it would go in and soak into that board.
Right.
That's why Glenn swears by illustration board, because you don't get that soak in. Look at that. It's amazing.
It sits more on the surface.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's harder. Yeah. Slicker.
Look at that piece.
Mm-hmm.
That's not his typical type of stuff there. But look at the negative space used here. Just amazing.
Some more wide birthing hips there, Russ.
Oh, yep. He draws great women.
Showgirl hips.
Yep. Dragon Lady Press, John says. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, John. Jordy Bennett. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Dragon Lady Press. They printed for quite a few years.
Really? I just never have seen any of their stuff. Maybe it wasn't available in Arkansas.
You probably just didn't hit the right comic shop.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it was a long time before I even saw X-Men on the stand.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that would explain a lot then. Yeah. Look at them legs. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Just that whole illustration there. It's amazing. Hey. Shut the door, lady. You're ruining our game. Hate it when the cockroaches play poker.
Who turned the light on? And everybody scatter.
Look at all this. That was done in 90. This is a reject of mine. After penciling and inking and lettering the first 3 or 4 pages of this intriguing Strand script, felt it was too slick and far afield of my usual approach. Thus, I laid them aside, sent back the script to Warren, and forgot it. Seeing it now, I'm not at all sure I did the right thing. At least this splash page has some merit. A bit too cute in using film frames as I did, but it tied in with the story's subject: motion picture, stop action, special effects, etc. Yeah,
I love it.
Well,
it's like
at least he wasn't a harsh critic to everybody else's but his own work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Private Life of Sergeant Strong did the little film around the edge on the covers. Yeah. A couple issues that came out in the late 50s.
Ensnared. Another Warren. Some more Warren work. Is it true? Well, what is the true meaning of fear? Greg Olson is about to find out. So he inked an issue of X-Men over Jack Kirby, number 10, I believe. Alex did. Didn't see him ink over very many people. Usually it's all his own material. He's probably looking for a gig at the time. And Lee said, hey, you can ink this if you want. There's a little bit of his quick sketches.
X-Men, never heard of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
X-Men. How many of these people do you know? I'll wait to play.
The guy's got 3 legs in the binding. They didn't match that up too well, did they? On the reproduction?
Oh, here?
Right in the binding there. Yeah.
A bit of a spine print problem. No big deal.
Yeah. He's got 3 legs. I would say it's 2 hats.
There we go again. And there he is. It's got to be a self-portrait.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great when the artists draw themselves in there.
Talk about simplicity of line. Right there.
Mm-hmm. That one lady's asking her husband, you think he would mind if I ask him to get his autograph?
Leaning in. Nobody's stationary. If they all have their hands in their pockets, everything looks natural.
Mm-hmm.
Natural slouch. Arms crossed here. It's great stuff. Doodles. Again, just great line work. Filling sketch pads with stuff. Or a eel. Varum Lee Varum. Lines.
They're anagrams. Yarum, Lee Yarum.
Yeah. Huh. That's an egg. Need to meet its mother.
From the Jack Adler collection, I have a Enemy Ace cover, and on the cover, it's an early thing. Alex Toth was meant to do it, and they have it X'd out. And Neil Adams actually got the inking job instead of Alex Toth, but for some reason, Alex was originally supposed to have done that job, but didn't. And Neil Adams wound up inking that instead of Alex Toth.
Which job was that again?
It was an Enemy Ace, Star Spangled War cover that I have.
Okay.
That's, painted by Jack Adler and a very early pool draft of it, because they got it X'd out, and that box now reads Neil Adams on the cover instead of Alex Toth.
Is it the same layout though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except for that little box, They actually had it X'd out, Nope. Something fell through there where he didn't do it. But a great issue with rare inks of, Neil Adams over Joe Kubert. He didn't get to ink him that much,
Yeah, that would be phenomenal. Yeah, because at that point, Kubert was pretty much inking himself.
Mm-hmm.
On a lot of that, either that or his apprentices. If he had any.
Somebody hands you some art. Would you like to ink some Joe Kubert? Nah, I'm too busy.
Yeah, really?
He probably said, oh, hell yeah, I get to, yeah, hell yeah. Been waiting to do this. Even his doodles look better than mine.
Yep. Form studies, nature studies. I wasn't agreeing that about your art quality. Sorry, I'm just agreeing with what it's better than anybody's.
Well, I
really.
appreciate
A lot of
that.
people.
Yeah.
Here's some grease pencil work, charcoal. work.
Yeah, I love grease pencil. The broken line.
Yeah.
What you can achieve with it. I don't think it's used enough, really.
No,
I'd love to do,
especially
a whole comic
lately.
book.
Nowadays. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mars 3000.
I'd love to do a whole comic book with just the grease pencil type, looseness, sketchiness.
It's a little gray tone work there. Doesn't quite look like his material.
Wow, that full pencil work doesn't even look like his stuff.
Yeah. Stall.
Looks like more something like Jim Steranko would put together.
Yeah.
They don't make women's clothes like that anymore.
Nope, sure don't. Yeah.
With some
No,
style.
I like the collar here. That's kind of hot.
Mm-hmm. That's a big collar.
Better neck swarm. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Her little pet poodles underneath there. That's what you don't know.
Yeah. So more notes by Toth here. Oh, that's a classic picture here. Self-portrait. Advertising piece here. Looks like.
John says, could have been during that time Kubert was angry with Toth. Yeah. Glenn, I hope you're getting better. Glenn Fleming in the house. Toth worked over Kirby's layouts in X-Men 12. He never actually inked Kirby.
Okay.
Just Glenn.
It's
Grease pencil equals China marker used to use it before computers.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yep. Never use it. Used to use it before computers. Yep. Again, self-portrait. Robin and I have been getting a lot of heat from fans wanting to know when you're going to publish our adventures, Alex, old son. What do you tell them? Can't decide if I should self-publish or, oh hell, Fox. We'll talk about it after the San Diego Comic-Con. Fox and Bravo for Adventure, copywritten to Alex. Thought the Fox was an old Archie Comics character. The end. One last party. Quick.
Why does he look so angry?
He was always angry.
I understand that was his normal demeanor. So
difficult to work with?
Just a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Rude's had a great article out where he sent him one of his Johnny Quest stories, and Alex sent it back with notes.
Until I interviewed Steve a couple times, I didn't realize how his work and Hanna-Barbera's cartoons really influenced Nexus, and I just never saw it. I never saw the Space Ghost sort of influence on that character.
All I gotta do is look at the character. You see Space Ghost.
Well, I just never drew that conclusion. They're so different, and yet they're the same. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, that simplicity in design working as well with Nexus.
When I recognized that when I was interviewing him, and he was showing this Nexus cartoon that you can watch on YouTube, a little promo short that he's been trying to get that cartoon for over 35 years made. It says 90% of it's ready to go. Hopefully he can do it, but
that's got to be frustrating.
Definitely a throwback to those great cartoons.
Yeah,
I just never saw it, and then I could tell Steve was like, "Well, duh, You know, I just didn't realize that he's like 10 years older than me. I didn't realize that he was so influenced like I was by that early Hanna-Barbera stuff.
All of the kids at our age, kids,
Yeah.
60
Yeah.
to 70, all absorbed that stuff
It was the
because it was
best.
so
It was
crazy
the
good.
golden age, I think,
Yeah.
I mean, besides the Flash or Supermans, that was done earlier. Kitchen Sink published that. That makes sense.
Yep, Kitchen Sink.
Mm-hmm. Introduction
Way
by
back
Milton
in '94,
Caniff.
folks. Yep. Alex Toth, intro by Milt Caniff. Manuel.
You think that's watercolor or gouache there on that piece? It's kind of hard to tell. Looks like
It's it's paint. Looks
Yeah.
like there's blue mixed in
Painted
here,
color.
a little bit of red, mostly
Mhm.
sepia tones.
I
Yeah.
love the sepia tone stuff.
Yep. Alex Toth, folks. Great stuff. We do this podcast every Friday morning, Comics by Night, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, where we look through great sequential art, great sequential artists. We also have a show on Sunday called Sunday Funnies, where we look through the more unusual sequential art and comic strip material. Like this Sunday, we'll be looking at Mail Call by Milt Caniff, the complete wartime strip from 42 to 46. Great, fun stuff. Keep the morale.
I love that format that they came out with, those very sort of inexpensive books, more horizontal format.
Mm-hmm.
Great series. Who published that, by the way?
This is Kitchen.
Publishing that?
This is Kitchen Sink again.
Kitchen. Okay, yeah. Kitchen did some wonderful stuff. Of course, with the Spirit, Will Eisner for years before DC kind of took it over.
Well, I think Eisner took it over to him because Kitchen Sink was going out. And they ended up doing the archives right at the right time so that you can, actually get an entire set of the Spirit stuff unedited. So, fantastic work. All of the comic strip reprints in this format are all great too. I love this.
Oh yeah, the Flash Gordon series. I've got some of those that are hardback that are kind of horizontal, oversized.
Whole run of Dick Tracy's like that. Steve,
love
Terry
Dick
and the
Tracy.
Pirates. Yeah, Little Orphan Annie. There's some great.
I wish they would make another. I know Warren Beatty owns the rights, but I wish they would make another Dick Tracy movie.
Yeah, he kind of keeps those under his wraps.
Mm-hmm.
So what they get back for way back then, giving them full rights with no time limit.
I remember the 60s cartoon, Dick Tracy cartoon in the mid 60s.
The Archie TV Funhouse.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Where the Archies, all the Archie gang, all in a control room showing all these different little cartoon strips. Yeah. Great stuff. Beetle Bailey was in that. Broomhilda, Dick Tracy.
All the King Feature type stuff.
The King Feature stuff. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, folks, if there's something that you want us to look through, like I said, we've been doing this for a few years now. Anything that you want us to look over, we'll be more than happy to take under consideration. I can tell you, we've got the Eternauts coming up. We've got the Red Nails Artisan Edition that PBR sent. That we'll look at. I wanted to hold off until Glenn was with us before we sat there and looked through that material. So that's all coming up. I'm sure there's Frank Miller and a whole bunch of other material coming up. And some Carlos Esquerra probably. Might look at the early English Star-Lords as soon as I dig them back up again. It's a fantastic, fun material. There's all sorts of great stuff out there for you to explore. Folks, just hit your local retailer, take a look at the graphic novel section in those boxes. Might be closest to the floor gathering dust, like black and white magazines. Can't go wrong on a lot of that material. Very rarely do you find a magazine from the 70s or 80s that doesn't have some redeeming sequential art quality to it. Those old Eries and Creepies hold up. They still have some great great material in them just waiting for you to discover. Then you get these great collections like this. You hit those graphic novel boxes at conventions. You can pick them up for probably a pretty good price, depending upon what the retailer needs for them. So thank you all for the show. Great fun, great art and fun discussion. Thank you, Levi, for coming around again. Deeply appreciated. Anytime. Again, that invitation holds. Anytime you want to be on the air, just let us know. We love doing this. We don't do it because we're monetized, even though we've had great numbers today. And thank you so much for watching this. We know the majority of our viewership comes after the fact, and we deeply appreciate that as well. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel. That's ZIMM. Go over there and subscribe to both of those, and the Indie Comics Network has us archived over there as well, both Comics by Night and Sunday Funnies from the start of their current incarnations are there. A lot of great material we've looked at over the years, and we're just going to keep doing this. It just makes us better artists, better creators, opens our eyes a little bit more, and gives us a chance to have some great comic talk. So we're glad you're here. We're glad that you joined us, and we hope that you'll join us for future shows. If you enjoyed this program, please tell your friends. Let them know that we exist. Much appreciated. Today was an almost, just didn't happen. Hope to be back on soon. Anytime, Levi. Anytime at all. John says, enjoyed it, guys. Thank you, John, very much.
Thank you.
Have to see if I can make Sunday for Kniff. Absolutely. You're always
been doing similar things on the 4 o'clock shadow on Feature Friday, what I call Feature Friday. Today I'll be looking at Garcia Lopez.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
East.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sort of the DC house style for many, many years.
Mm-hmm. You get that style guidebook. You just, that's one drooling page after the next. Just phenomenal.
And the Friday after that, we'll be doing the birthday boy, Klaus Janson.
There you go.
It'll be his birthday, and we're going to feature Klaus Janson.
Sweet.
That
Rex.
would be under Devil Fly. Yeah.
Devil Flyer. Make sure that they know how to find you. Tell them how to find you.
Okay. Either on X or, yeah. Can't drop a link there, but maybe if I put it in the private chat for you, it can. Just let me find it. Here we go.
There you go.
Quick. I'll be the mobile app link, but should
Put
work.
it in the chat.
I don't have a rent, so I'm going to put it in the private chat, and you'll have to put it in there. How about that?
What channel? YouTube. John, you probably, and Rex too, right? You're on YouTube?
Yeah, under Devil Flyer Momentum Comics. Yeah, under Devil Flyer Momentum. Just look under Devil Flyer. 2 words.
Thanks. Russ.
Do interviews, things like that.
Cool.
Had some great creators like Randy and Russ on, Glenn. Steve Root, Dan Lawless,
John, anytime you want to be on the podcast, just let me know. You can reach me through
Absolutely.
Facebook or X. We'd love to have you on, John. You're always welcome. Russ, please tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at russleach.com. Go over there, sign up for the email list so you can find out when the next Atlantean is out and what else I'm getting up to. There'll be an email coming out soon just to show the new cover. Check out Instagram as well. Obviously, follow the channel for this over at Comic Book Black Belt. But main thing is go to russleach.com and sign up for that email list. Yeah.
Russ, I got a new nickname for you. It's called Workhorse.
Workhorse.
Workhorse. Yeah.
That's changing.
Folks, keep an eye on funmycomic.com for our campaigns. That's where we advertise the Atlantean over there. That's where the first campaign comes through. But there are retail versions of the first 3 Atlantean and a couple of great formats for the Shadow Kingdom. He said, trying to find the hardback that is not here. But I've got the paperback here in black and white.
I have the hardback. I have the hardback.
You have the hardback?
I have the hardback.
I'll go over to you here. Boom.
Just the 2 of us.
There we are. Yeah.
There's the hardback.
There's the hardback. Color. The hardback has that Shadow Kingdom in color. It's a faithful adaptation of the Robert E. Howard story. In fact, it tried to leave as much of Howard's prose in there as possible without it overpowering the pictures. So, but it's a great, great story, folks. If you haven't read it, we've included the prose story in the back of the book on the hardback edition for you to compare. In the black and white edition, it's less expensive trade paperback. If you want it in the same format as the Atlantean books, it's right there. That's available Amazon, Barnes & Noble, criticalblast.com also has that available. As for me, you can reach me over on Facebook. That's where I am most of the time whenever I'm on these social platforms. X, I've got an account over there too, but I only check it maybe once a week. So I'm trying to cut back on my Facebook and my YouTube, and so I can get some more work done. So I've been working on putting together an omnibus, really a collection. It's going to end up being 3 books of all of the material from Tales from the Aniverse that we did back in the.
What does Arrow Comics have up on Fun My Comic right now?
I think there's the full campaign it might still be available up there, but probably not. Other than that, you have Soul Tack by Craig White, which is a great space opera book, very nicely painted, very tight product. Also available from Arrow. I'm pretty sure that campaign is still up there. Our campaign,
it is,
for Atlantean 4 should be up there. It will be up there at the start of March if everything goes according to schedule. So, and that's only because we didn't want to pitch a book.
Up, guys. We'll have to be on again.
Anytime.
Promote.
I'm a vampire. I go where I'm invited. So anybody that wants to invite me wherever, I'll go. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. Deeply appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed this work. There's plenty more to be shown and to be seen. Lots of stuff archived over where I said before, Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. Go over there and check us out, please. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend as it just starts, since this is Friday. And I have to remind myself what day of the week it is. Anyway, all right.
Friday.
Other than that, folks, take care. Have a great weekend. I think we covered all those bases. Go and visit your local retailer. Try to be more social on these antisocial platforms, and do leave this industry in better shape than what you found it. Please.
Happy belated birthday, Glenn. His birthday was yesterday.
Birthday. Yep.
And feel better.
I feel like I'm missing something that I should be saying, but that's it. Check us out on Sunday. Hopefully we'll see you then. Mail Call by Milt Kniff. Great stuff. We've never looked at any Kniff up to this point on these shows.
That's surprising.
This will be a first. Yep. We've talked about him a bit, but never really showed him off. So you get to see great material, folks. More great stuff to come. We'll see you soon on the next one. Be kind to each other.
Das Vidania.
Take care, everyone.
Taste the good stuff.
And I could actually get to my video.
Honey sweet.
Let's try this on our way out the door. Here's a quote from the great Groucho Marx. He said, "I intend to live forever or die trying." There you go.
There you go.
Take care, everyone. Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping by.
He's not Russian.
In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King King Kull in his right hand rule the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle. I hit it. It's just not going through. Try it again.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
How dare you?
Get off my lawn.
Joke's on you, bitch. I love this shit.
If you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
You know, I'm hitting them and they're just not going through. I'm sitting here, click, 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 click. Nothing happens.
Just this week's top story, bullshit. All.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is miniature. One miniature on top of the world, the next day something happens and you're not.
As he sits each day at his board, along with his characters, Jack Kirby is far from lonely.
I haven't got the trappings of a circus, but there in my mind is a very active and bright and colorful place that's as good as any circus that I've ever seen. And I live with that, and I enjoy it immensely.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.